Hi folks, Rodney back again with Rodney's Northwest Riding Reviews. Today I wanted to do just a quick side-by-side. I've got a Tacoma TRD Sport, I've got a Tacoma TRD Off-Road, and then I've also got an SR5 model. So I want to kind of, number one, kind of point out the colors. So the first one here is called Windshield Pearl, and you can kind of see the pearl base to it. This one is underground. I actually thought about getting the underground color myself in the very beginning, and then the more and more I saw it, the more I realized that it's going to be a little harder to keep clean. And then the silver one is Celestial Silver. So I want to kind of talk about some of the differences between the three, and then I'll also talk about what's in the SR5 upgrade package. So first off, if you take a look at the grille, so TRD Sport on the right, TRD Off-Road in the center, they both have the honeycomb grille. They're both going to have the same fog lights. Pretty much, you know, in the front, everything looks identical other than the air dam that you're going to have on the TRD Sport. Now, the SR5 also has the air dam in the front, but you notice how the grille is a little bit different on it. They all have the same headlights. They all have the same fog lights. Shocks are going to be different on all three of them. So the TRD Sport comes with a TRD Sport Tune suspension. You've got the Bilstein piggyback reservoir shocks on the TRD Off-Road. And then I'm not sure what shocks are using on the SR5, but when you drive all three of them, it seems like the SR5 is going to have the softest ride, the TRD Off-Road will be the next, and then of course the Sport will be the firmest. These are a 17-inch tire on the SR5 model, 17-inch wheel. You got a 17-inch wheel on the TRD Off-Road, and then you have an 18-inch wheel on the TRD Sport. All right, the SR5 package right here has a SR5 upgrade package, and I'll go over what's in that. The TRD Off-Road has a TRD Off-Road upgrade package, and then the TRD Sport on the end here is just a basic model. So let's kind of start there. So inside the vehicle, you'll notice that you're going to have manual adjustments forward and back. You do have lumbar support there, and that's going to be your lower back support. But other than that, everything else is manual on the seat adjustment. Of course, power windows, power locks, tilt, cruise, air. It's going to have Safety Sense 3.0. Now you notice here that with the TRD Sport, you're going to have just tow haul. You're going to have the drive mode. Of course, your shift on the fly, four-wheel drive. They all come with electronic emergency brake now. You do not get the home link when you get just a standard TRD Off-Road, or excuse me, TRD Sport, and TRD Off-Road would be the same. You got your 8-inch screen here. You got your TRD Off-Road gear shift selector. You do not pick up, excuse me, let me see. This one does not have the heated steering wheel, but it does have the heated seats, and that heated seat would be an additional option. You notice that there is no sliding rear window in the back. All right, now we're going to go over and take a look at the TRD Off-Road package. Before I do, this one does have a chrome, or excuse me, has a black tip exhaust. It does have the spray-on bed liner. It's got bed lights, come standard on the TRD Off-Road and TRD Sport. This one also has the Tacoma insert in the back. And this one also has a bed step. And of course, for anybody who hasn't seen a bed step, just kind of push it from the side, pops down really easy, and then pop it right back up. All right. A couple distinct differences in TRD Sport versus TRD Off-Road is you notice that your handles are going to be painted to match. Same thing with your fender flares. TRD Off-Road, as I mentioned, has a 17-inch wheel. You've got the kind of a matte gray finish on your fender flares. Spray-on bed liner. TRD Off-Road has, if it has the upgrade package, will come with a 110 outlet in the bed. As I mentioned, they all come standard with the bed lights in the bed on the TRD Off-Road. TRD Sport does have the sliding rear window. You also have additional charge ports there and on the small cup holder. This one also has the black insert in the back, and that one does not have the black tip on it. Now the TRD Sport and TRD Off-Road upgrade package will have parking sensors both front and rear. You notice that just the standard TRD Sport and TRD Off-Road does not. Slide up underneath here. TRD Off-Road does have a composite skid plate. Like I mentioned before, I don't know how much protection that's going to give you, but it is there. And then you also have it underneath the fuel tank and the transfer case. And then SR5. So the SR5 does have an upgrade package, but what's unique to this is it does not come with the power seat. So you got the Tacoma insert in the tailgate. This one also has a spray-on bed liner. It does have the bed lights, which I believe you have to get the upgrade package to get the bed lights in the SR5. SR5 does have painted to match. Of course, it does have the front air dam as well. Now here you notice that it does not have the TRD, or excuse me, it does not have the power seat controls like the TRD Sport and the TRD Off-Road would have. This one does have the JBL Audio Premium with Flex. We talked about the sliding rear window in the back. This one does not have a sunroof. And so that's another thing that's different on the SR5 upgrade package. None of them will have the dual climate control unless you go up to the premium package, or also the limited, the TRD Pro, and also the Trail Hunter. Now this one here, you notice it does have the tow haul feature, ECT power. So ECT power stands for electronically controlled transmission, and it just holds your RPMs a little bit longer before it allows it to shift. The tow haul feature is very similar, but it also will cause it to downshift quicker when you're coming down a mountain pass. All right, let's take a look at the TRD Off-Road upgrade package. So TRD Off-Road upgrade package, you got power seats. You do get some auxiliary buttons here for like putting in additional lights. You do have the headlamp leveler. So when you're towing, it allows you to kind of aim those lights back down if the back end's squatting a little bit. Sunroof, sliding rear window, home link on the bottom of the mirror. It does have the 8-inch screen. So this is kind of something that I won't say, well, yeah, I will say it. It kind of gripes me. You spend all that money for an upgrade package, and then they send the 8-inch screen. And the funny thing is that when they're not sending, when you don't get it with the upgrade package, it seems like they're putting the larger screen and the heated seats kind of together as a group. Why they're choosing to do it that way, I'm not sure, but that's just the way it is. This one does have your heated steering wheel. Of course, you got your heated seats. Now, this one being a TRD Off-Road, you do have crawl control. You've got your drive modes. You got Eco, Normal, and Sport, multi-terrain select, and then of course you do have the tow haul feature too. Your crawl control will work not only in low range but also in high range, and that was something that they came out on the 2022 Tundra with the crawl control, but unfortunately it only had the crawl control in low range. Not sure what's happened to the speaker. I need to find out because it's obviously missing. So I'm going to track that down here so we can get finished. One thing I've noticed is that they are coming with carpeted floor mats. In the Northwest here, everybody wants, I would say almost everybody wants all-weather floor mats, and they're sending them. They're not charging you for them. They're sending them for free, but if you want them, you do have to purchase them. When you have the JBL audio system, you have a subwoofer in the back here, and I'm going to try to pull it out here. Okay, there we go. So your JBL subwoofer is right back here. So you do lose a little bit of cargo space. Your front seat cushion will fold up. Those are the tie downs. So typically that's where they'll be at when you purchase the vehicle, unless your dealership has installed them. But you have additional cargo space down there. And then this strap will actually attach here to hold the seat cushion up. Now, the seat is probably back too far right now, but you can fold your headrest forward. Oh, it works here. And then you can lay your seat down flat, and it's almost a level surface throughout. So if you're using it for additional cargo space, you can get a lot more storage space in here this way. Another thing that a lot of people haven't talked about is the bottom seat cushion. So the bottom seat cushion is 2 inches longer than what it was in the 3rd gen Tacoma. The door itself is 2 inches shorter. So the illusion is that you have less space back here, but when you sit in it, the leg room is still the same. But like I said, you do have a longer seat cushion, and so it makes it feel a little bit different. You got additional power points on the back of the console there. These tires that are coming on the TRD Off-Roads, they are a trail terrain. They are BF Goodrich tire, which typically BF Goodrich makes good tires. However, these have less tread than what you would normally get if you were to go buy a trail terrain aftermarket. And so Toyota is doing a joint venture with BF Goodrich in this case, and coming up with these tires. Now obviously they're going to be lighter in weight, probably gets you a little better fuel economy, but long term they're not going to be as rugged as what like a BF Goodrich KO2 or even a KO3 would be. But like I said, I think they do it for one, to give you better fuel economy and save a little bit of weight. This one has mud guards on it. See what the mud guards look like. A lot of people have made comment about this. So they have this anti-corrosion and additional surface here. And basically what it's there for is to cut down on rock chips. A lot of them may not have the mud guards on them, and it does help cut down on rock chips quite a bit. But on some vehicles, I've noticed where this painted part really stands out. So you can really see it here on this windshield pearl. So you look at this area down here. Obviously it doesn't look great. And here you can kind of see the separation. It kind of stands out more on white than it does anything else. Okay, hopefully this has answered a few questions that some of you may have had. Like we talked about the TRD Off-Road upgrade package, the SR5 upgrade package. The biggest difference, you don't get the sunroof, you don't get the power seats. You do get it in the upgrade package here. And then like I said, a lot of times they're sending, when they don't have the upgrade package, they will throw in the 14-inch screen and the heated seats. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, take the time to like and subscribe, but send your comments my way. If you are waiting for a vehicle to come in, so let's say you put a deposit on one, if you have a VIN number, go ahead and send me the VIN number. I'd be more than happy to give you an update on the current status. If for whatever reason that vehicle has already been built, so let's say for instance, you put a deposit down, it hadn't been built yet, they gave you a temporary VIN number. The way that you know it's a temporary VIN number is if it has a letter in the last 5 digits of the VIN. That would be a temporary VIN number. Go ahead and send me the permanent VIN number if it has already been built, because it would have changed. One thing I did want to point out before I go, with the hood scoop, you actually lose some visibility. So I want to see, just coming from an eye perspective here, this is what it looks like looking over the hood. Now I'm going to jump in this TRD Off-Road just so you can see what it looks like with that. So in an eye's view, you actually have a lot more visibility. So maybe that will help somebody decide whether they want to go with a TRD Sport or a TRD Off-Road, or even an SR5, maybe even a Limited. With the Limited, you can get the ABS, which is your adaptive variable suspension. And that actually is a great suspension if you're wanting to tow. It can make it really soft for just riding on the highway. But if you tow, it stiffens up the suspension to prevent swaying. So anyway, thanks again. Hope you guys have a great day.